I wear the clothes don't wear me ever. Symone on the shorts here. And I can say that I'm very confident in that. You know, I like to put my name on everything. If my name can go, it's going. Important things only. I have way too much hair. Hi you guys, it's me Symone, your season 13 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, and you are here at my home in Los Angeles. Shall I show you my closet? I think so. Come on. Oh, and right here, if you get close, you'll see this is my grill. My name is Etch-a-Sketched in there. I wore these for the promo look for my season. So if you get real close in there, they're in my mouth. It's custom, darling, it's custom. So I'm originally from Coleman, Arkansas, which is like 30 minutes from Little Rock if you need a geography lesson. But I moved to LA mainly because my friends moved here. But also I pretty much, as far as drag, had done everything I wanted to do. So LA was the next big step. I'd always lived my life in Arkansas, so I was like, what's the worst that could happen? I go back home. Okay, my mom still lives there. She still loves me. So I can go home if I want to. All right, girls. Welcome to my hall of mirrors. That's what I like to call it. We were designing this space. I was like, wouldn't it be fun if I stepped in and just could see myself all the time? Look how big it is, darling. Look at it. You gotta fill it up. So we'll start with this panel here. Oh, look at that beauty. For me, I love drag, but like, you just need to separate your spaces. So I have here my studio. It's conveniently right across the driveway from where I live. So I just go down the stairs and come over here into my workspace. Once it becomes your job, you do need to be able to like, kind of separate it. So here I have the boxing look here. And this was for the LeMay runway. It was interesting, this was actually one of the last looks that we came up with for a concept because it was so difficult. We were like, LeMay, what can you do with that? It's a beautiful fabric, but how do you make it interesting? You know, it was actually Grant, my friend Grant, he was like, what if you just made a boxer outfit, but it was all made out of LeMay? And I was like, that is brilliant. So it's fun that we did that. And it's actually probably like my third favorite look that I've done. They're all my babies, they're all my children, they're all my favorite.
You've got star quality. You got it, kiddo.
RuPaul called me a star in this outfit, and it's really special to me. And, you know, sometimes when I, you know, maybe lose a little faith or, you know, kind of get discouraged, I'll pull this out and remember, you know, who I am and where I've come from. So I like to keep it close. A lot of my clothes I've had really special moments in, so I want to preserve it as long as possible and keep it in the condition of which it was worn. This one I really am excited to show you. This is my prom dress that I wore. Now y'all may know the story, you may not. It was the first time I'd been out in drag ever, outside the four walls of my bathroom. If you're from the South, you know there's always those stores. They specialize in proms, pageants, and weddings. This is actually the last store I went to that would actually let me try a dress on. Okay, thank you, shout out to Miss Vicky Hawk. This is on the sale rack. And I got it for $60. It fit like a glove. It was pink, it was vibrant. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to go into that room and sparkle and shine. You know, got my signature gold in there, darling. I felt like a princess, darling. I'm a queen now, but then I felt like a princess. But yeah, shout out to Miss Vicky Hawk. I thank you for letting me come in and try on a dress, because a lot of people did not, and you were cool, so thank you. When they look around and see where I come from, especially Arkansas, to here, it's really profound. Oh, and fun fact, that building is now a pharmacy. So go get your pills, Arkansas. I think I've gotten better at storing my drag, but definitely I've had people tell me, maybe you should put this wig this way, or maybe you should hang your clothes this way, because that's not really great how you're throwing it around. And down here, these are like tops and pants. Like, this is where I put those things. You know, it's a little messy, I'm gonna be real, but not too real. You don't get to see that. And, but yeah, I've definitely gotten better at it now. Oh, and darling, do you get right here? These are my little titties. You know, sometimes I need to put a little titty in, and I have them right here just in case. Oh my god, I love the fashion part of drag. What drew me to drag was, you know, the essence of it, and like, you get to be yourself, but I love that you can create a whole vibe with clothing. I think clothing is one of the best ways to communicate who you are as a person, and so it's definitely a huge part of why I love drag. I like more of the mood, like how do I feel? Do I feel fierce? Do I feel cutesy? Do I feel demure? Clothing gives you that feeling of like you can stand up straight and sit up and you can walk into a room and like people see you and you like there she is, there's Symone, honey. I love that feeling. It makes me excited. It makes me like love drag so much. Now y'all know Miss Gigi Goode, right? She surprised me with this. She know I don't like surprises, but she surprised me and made me this beautiful garment here. Thank you, sis. I love it. She know gold's my thing, honey. I love gold. And looks good on the skin. Touch the skin, honey. Yeah, Let's talk about the fur, darling. I'm a little bit of a Cruella de Vil in the sense that I love fur. And none of this is real. Don't come for me, Peter. I love fur. I love the luxuriousness. I love the richness of it. And this coat in particular, she's very heavy, so I'm gonna pour I wait all the way. We did Jim Henson characters for Halloween one time, and I got Big Bird. Occasionally, I'll carry her out in this room and just look at myself and luxuriate in it, have my leg out. Oh, can you imagine? I know you can. And this here is my first big piece. I think I got this when I was in London. This is the collab between Balenciaga and Gucci. And who would imagine? Jim Henson character and Balenciaga and Gucci in the same closet. Only in a drag queen's dream, darling. Oh, his signature Symone look huge on the 90s. Love the 90s aesthetic, hair, clothing, makeup even. And I love hip hop and I love like hair. Such a big part of my drag was hair. I think I was one of the first queens, maybe not the first, but one of the first to really put my foot and really drive home like black hair. And now we've come to the point that you've all been waiting for, the wigs. So I think when we were organizing this, I think we've counted, have like 150 wigs here. But I love hair. I'm an every woman kind of girl, so I have to have something for every occasion. This wig I wore when I was on stage with Madonna. And I was like, you know what? I want something edgy and something fun. I was like, let's put nails in some hair. Why not? You know what I mean? It's actually really funny. One of the people that was there, they were like, don't get too close to Madonna, okay? We don't want you to hit her face with this hair. And I tried very hard to remember that while also still having fun. This one here, I love it, the little swoop. It's very drag. Usually I try to do like woman hairs, but sometimes I'm like, I want a drag queen hair. My sister, Gigi Goode, she did this hair. At least 3 wigs are in here. And she's a master, as you know. She's I call her, what is it? The wig witch, that's what I call her. She did this beautiful piece, this beautiful Barbie hair. I know what I want to look like. That's always been easy for me, but making it's always been a little difficult. So thank God I have my friends. Dog. And here, my top 4 finale gown, which purple is my second favorite color. And I really wanted something that was rich and beautiful, jewel tone, but also was like complementary to my skin. And this dress I also really love because it was a chance for me to show myself in all my regalness and how how much I respect and love Symone and what she's done for me. So this dress is really important. Gigi's mom actually made this dress, Mama Good. It was really special. She flew out and she measured me and everything, and she pretty much made it here for me to make it to the top 4. Thank you so much for that, and this is a really special piece. It was a dream come true, because drag saved my life, and I mean that in the absolute every syllable of that. It saved my life. Winning RuPaul's Drag Race was, in words, a dream come true. Of course, I have to display this monumental moment in my life, the crown and scepter, given to me by Miss RuPaul Charles. I displayed it in my home for so long, and I was like, you know, I think now this is the place where it probably needs to be. So This is one of the biggest achievements of my life, and I'm so honored and proud. And I was like, anyone who comes in here, they need to see this, darling, because I earned it. I remember watching it since season 1, and it was the first time I saw what was possible, because I'd grown up in the South. You go to school, maybe you go to college, you get a job, you have a family, and you die. But that's what it felt like, you know, and that was the first thing I saw that, like, that's something I can do. Like, you can do that for a living and be happy and make a living, you know. So some of the art that I have displayed in my closet, Jeremy Pope, my friend here, he reached out and was like, I'm doing this project that I'm shooting photography, and I would love to be in drag, and you're one of my favorites, so would you be a part of it? And of course, I said yes, and so we put him in drag the first time. so this is my 5,000th time, but this is his first time, and it's really, really special. And this is actually a very emotional one for me, because as you can see down here, we did one where we were both out of drag, and it's to kind of like talk about the, not to get too deep, but to talk about the masculine and feminine of being Black and queer. I'm obviously much more comfortable being in drag, so this to me is very empowering. I love it, and this is where I kind of found my strength in my life and to be who I am. And this was a little bit more difficult for me, and this is where he's comfortable. So this is actually very emotional, because it's the first time I've been like professionally photographed out of drag. I really enjoy this shoot and this whole entire moment, because it's literally the extremes of my life, and one I'm much more comfortable in and one I'm not. But it's kind of a metaphor of my life. So kind of like, you know, stepping into it and being okay and presenting as Reggie. Ooh, government name. Watching myself on the show, oh my God. It's so weird, because you know what happens, you were there for every minute of it, but watching yourself and watching other people watch you, that is crazy. That's a crazy experience. And sometimes it was a lot. I was anxious, because you just never know. You know what you saw and you know what happened, but you just never know how it's gonna be perceived. That's always the question. But I was anxious, I'm not gonna lie. But I was proud of myself. I was proud that I did it. What really, really is the thing is getting to see RuPaul at the end of it. Really enjoy all of my looks. I can say, yeah, all of them. I think she enjoyed all of them, I do. And just to see her light up when I would round the corner, and to hear that laugh that all of us want at the end of the day when she would see me, it was magical. And I was so, anytime I would get anxious, but the runways would come, and I would be so proud. I would be so proud of myself. We did it. We did it, Reggie, we did it. So I may have a bit of an obsession with eyewear, but these are my signature everyday go-tos, my Pradas, darling. These are the ones. And then down here, I have earrings, bracelets, all these things here. You know, I love jewelry. I need to get some more jewelry, darling, if you want to be real. And right here, I have my necklaces and a little belt here. This lovely Dior belt, darling. I got her for a pretty penny. How fabulous is that? And then this Vivian necklace here. How fabulous. I got her for a pretty penny too. Now you may ask yourself, did she wear any of that on the show? And the answer is no. But I did win, so I got to have a little bit of fun after, honey. Woo-wee! Oh my God, what I learned about myself on Drag Race, I think I learned to believe in myself. I never really had that growing up, and I didn't really have that as an adult, but I learned that I am enough and that I've always had it. You've always had it, Dorothy. Yeah, I learned to believe in myself and to trust myself a lot more. I think that was it. To trust myself and be like, you got it, and your ideas are good, you're good enough, there's nothing wrong with you, and you're not a bad person. So yeah. You're a really, really good drag queen. Thank you so much for coming here and checking out my closet. It's been a fabulous time, but I do have to go because our girl is hungry. All right, see you next time. Bye.